In Kabul, the capital city of Afghanistan. I'm CGTN reporter. As you can see behind me, we're now standing to the opposite of the former U.S. embassy here in Kabul. And today, we're going to bring you the mood. And of course, today is really an important day for Afghan people. But August 30th marks a year of the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan. But most of the people start celebrating their so-called independence or independence from the U.S. and its allies. From last night. As we come here, that we have our fixer, Mr. Sanza, joining us for the show. And when we prepare this kind of live streaming, we've already see the crowd coming in, and we also see Taliban flags across this area. And today we are going to bring you what is now and what happened a year ago. So, Sanza, I understand a year ago, a lot of things happened inside the former U.S. embassy here. What did you know and what were you doing there?
Thank you. This is a very important spot for the Taliban. They stay here because it is very near to the American embassy. America's embassy is behind of us. It is the place where the Americans withdrew from here a year ago on the same day. So the Taliban started celebration from last night till now, because the last American who withdrew from this embassy, the time for him was around 12 p.m. So yes, in this embassy, a lot of things happened. When they were leaving Afghanistan, or they left their embassy empty here, so the first thing they did was they burned their documents, everything, that the Taliban may not approach those things from the embassy. They're important things. And this is not only the day for the Taliban, but for the people. According to the people's opinion, the civilians' opinion, that they are happy because independence is a blessing of God that is given to a nation, and they believe that independence is not given; it is taken. So yes, of course, it's important day for all, like for most of the Afghans.
So for our CGTN audiences just joining, we are here now in Kabul. We're standing to the opposite of the former U.S. embassy. Actually, after the February talks between the Taliban government and the U.S. Officials, they had the Doha Agreement, which would comes out the decision that U.S. would withdraw in August. And then we know just weeks ago, the Taliban government also marks 1 year of their regaining the power, which is August 15th. So that day, also we saw a lot of Taliban soldiers and also mixed with some civilians in truck, traveling across the city carrying the flags. And just several days after that, I mean a year ago, the U.S. Embassy staff were evacuated from that place. As we can see, some flights also now flying over the U.S. Embassy. But today, the whole city is a news images that in which that we would see this celebrations that we saw from last night. Because back in the hotel last night, we heard some fireworks, and also we saw some fireworks displays mixed with gunfire. What did you learn from that?
From yesterday night, if I want to tell you, or if I tell you about yesterday night, it was not the plan of Taliban members, according to their spokespersons. They believed that they may have some celebrations in two spots in Kabul. One is Wazir Akbar Khan, and the other is Asmai Mountain, where they could have some meetings where they could sit and have celebration only with fireworks, not with some gun fires or free firings. Of course, yesterday night we heard about these things, fireworks plus the free firing. After that, it just it continued. It started from 9:30 and just continued for an hour, like till 10:30. After that, the Taliban officials tried to stop the open fires, or just ordered the Taliban members to control the rest of the Taliban who are having some gunfires. Yes, of course.
So, as we said the last night, we heard some gunfires, but it was in a celebratory way. and even the government warns warn that the soldiers not try to shoot guns, but as we come here, we saw some bullets, which could be anywhere as we see today. This is their way, but they will warn not to. But we've heard a lot of this kind of.
This is the reason, like yesterday night, the Afghans believe that these kind of bullets or they are not good for them.
Mhm.
They are just afraid of the bullets and they are afraid of free firings.
Mhm.
So because of the celebration, yesterday night's
Kim-
celebration, uh, in the morning, according to the Taliban officials, in the morning their leader, we can say their religious leader or the president of Taliban, announced that the people or the security forces are just they are pushed not to leave uh, the groups of the people be collected in at one spot, which could be like I think they also concerned about the security
Yeah.
because they believe that these days are the important days and they don't want any civilian or any Afghan to be injured or killed.
Sure.
Yes.
So as we walk upstairs, we are now arrived at one of the Kabul city's monument, which is called
Massoud
Mazold.
Square.
Tell us more about this
Yeah,
one.
this is the square. Around 20 years ago, the square's name was Siatama Square,
Hmm.
Public Health Square. Then, with the arrival of Americans, before arrival of Americans, Ahmad Shah Massoud, the leader of Tajik here in Afghanistan, he was killed by Al Qaeda members in Afghanistan.
Hmm.
So that caused when the new government established here, the government of Hamid Karzai, then the people chose a new name for this square, Ahmad Shah Massoud or Massoud Square, which is again with the arrival of Taliban,
So,
it is changed again the name of this
so we
square.
may wondering why people gather here at this monument. What's special about this monument, or just because it's near the U.S. embassy?
No, as I told you, there was a big conflict of the Taliban with the last government. They never accepted or they never cooperated the last government. They never wanted the last government, the government of Mr. Ashraf Ghani or Hamid Karzai. So that's why this is an important spot for them, which was named by Ahmad Shah Massoud or Massoud Square. So that's why the Taliban are interested to come here, that they are on the spot, which was the best place for their enemies standing on.
Yeah, sure. As we know that the people here are trying to celebrate, but of course the Taliban government is trying to subdue the gatherings, the public gatherings. As weeks ago, when people gather here for the celebration or for what the Taliban government called the victory over the occupation of the U.S. resistance of the U.S. occupation, we also saw a lot of gatherings here. But today, I think we're having less than expected, right?
The thing is, I told you about the order of their leader.
Yeah.
And the next thing is like yesterday, the celebration started yesterday night from 9:30. It continued till 1 a.m. or 2 a.m.
Oh.
So that's why most of the civilians or the followers of Taliban are tired. They may be sleeping now,
Yeah,
and it's possible we see more people
Yeah.
in some minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, we expect more to come so that we can later talk to them. As we can see here, from that direction, that is the road leading to the airport, right?
Yes, yes.
And so I think that is really convenient for most of the U.S. embassy staff to get to their. So this is kind of like gate. I heard that this is the gate for the VIP, right? Arriving here in Kabul and then get to the main compound. And I just wanted to explain to our audiences that this is the maximized size of the Taliban flag, right? And previously, I think we have some images drawn by the U.S. embassy, right?
The images we see on the wall behind us are different, totally different. You couldn't see the white color with the black in the past, but now with the arrival of Taliban, they changed everything. You could see some other pictures in the past here on this wall, which were drawn or by the order of Americans, some pictures which could like show some is something which were related to the democracy. But now the people are not interested. The Taliban are not interested in those pictures. They change everything. You can see some sentences on the walls which are very important for them, like they write about independence, that independence is the precious
And about
independence.
education, kids' education.
Yes, about education, you may see some billboards there that's about education, a university, another billboard that side, that direction, on our right, that's also for education, Haryana University, which is something really important, and I believe that it's good in the
Yes,
past that we have
because
talk about education.
over the past weeks, we've seen a lot of these advertisement boards on which they're doing the education promotion. Why we're doing this? Meanwhile, the irony is that the Taliban government is not promoting, the education for girls education. Why the Taliban is doing this?
Indeed, you may not find a single member of Taliban who is against of education. They just want to work in the favor of education because they believe in education. They believe in it that a society, the very essential, the very important thing for a society, for the development of a society, is education. And you know what the thing is here when we talk about the secondary school, is the Taliban spokespersons say that they are just closed because of some cultural issues. So, but most of them, even the leaders of Taliban, believe that they will allow secondary schools girl to go to school and get education.
So from this view, we can see much closer to the U.S. the former U.S. embassy inside. Even we cannot get in, but we can see some details about that. From that direction, from the mountain,
Yes.
if my camera can go to that mountain, we have
Mountain,
this, Pashto
Yeah, yeah.
that says Afghanistan.
Yes,
Right?
yes. Uh, this is, yes, the embassy of America, as we said before. In the past, this area would have much security. Security forces here, even the Americans did not allow the civilians to stay here. All the ways were blocked. No one was allowed to come to the square and stand here or celebrate anything. They could just walk
Wow.
around the square. They were not allowed to have. You see some CCTV cameras here.
Yeah.
Those cameras were here that they could see some people. If someone would stay here for 5 minutes, so you could listen a sound, a calling from that tower to not to stay
tower.
here. Yeah, the tower. You see, you
Yeah.
could see the
The
people
tower
like
on my
yeah,
left.
yes.
That tower.
The tower, please. So that tower was there. The soldiers who were standing there. And one thing more, you could not see Afghan soldiers in this embassy, even in the
But
towers,
now
just
they're
Americans.
free to celebrate, to walk, to drive around, right?
Now
We can have a
everywhere.
lot of flags here flying in front of the
Now,
former U.S. embassy.
now you can see Afghans all around, down, up here in the tower, inside the embassy. All are the Afghans, and I'm sure they are happy, and there isn't any problem. Like
Yeah,
if
we can
you
we
see,
can we can we
yeah,
can feel it.
yeah, you can see lots of people are celebrating this area or standing on this spot on the square, but no calling, no sound from the tower. No one is asking us to just move from here.
And from that direction that we are seeing now, we see a really big building, which is, well, from the first side, I thought it was like abandoned, but actually I was told it was not even used, right? It
Yes.
hasn't been finished.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about
Yeah,
more?
this is the building on which in last period of them or in the presence of them in Afghanistan, the engineers were just busy in building it. Like construction was going on.
It was
Uh,
designed for the U.S.
yeah, yeah,
embassy
was
staff, right?
yes, designed for the US embassy staff, but they left Afghanistan and the building just is lifted behind, even not used.
Do you have any idea that the new government, how will they deal with it?
Yeah, of course.
Or how? Because I know that the U.S. embassy is now moving to Doha. Do you know, or do you have any idea that how will the Taliban government persuade them to come back?
The thing is, the Taliban, still, according to their spokespersons, they believe that the foreigners or the all foreigners, including Americans, they may come back to Afghanistan to their embassies.
Uh-huh.
So still their embassies are safe. The Taliban who stay inside the embassies, they just stay in some specific rooms of them. and when the all the parts of the embassies are their doors are locked, and they don't like concern with that. And of course, the Taliban, as you said, the Americans may move to Doha, but the Taliban are still trying. They are still trying to ask the Americans or other countries or other like
Okay.
foreign countries to come here and stay in their
Okay.
embassies because they will just have their security.
Okay. So we may find someone to talk to because here, most of the people we see are they Taliban soldiers or not, but mostly we see they're civilians. We may find
Yes.
some civilians to
Yes.
talk with.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
Okay, let's just walk there. Okay, this gentleman. Okay,
Yeah. This gentleman, we may talk. He knows English as well. Maybe.
your English is good.
Yes.
Yeah. So how are you today? Why
I'm
you are
fine.
here?
I'm here for celebrating our
What?
freedom from America.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I'm here for celebrating of freedom. I'm here for freedom from America, and this is a big day for us. We are celebrating. This is the first anniversary, and we have to someday celebrate the centennial of this day.
What is your job now?
I'm here for trip here for visit to Kabul.
Oh, so
This
you're
is my first
traveling
time.
here. Which province do you come
I'm
from?
from Kandahar.
From Kandahar.
Yes.
Okay. Previously, as far as I'm concerned, that maybe traveling across the country may be the issue because of security. But now, how do you feel that in terms of the security issue?
This is interesting. We haven't heard since the freedom from USA. There is no i- there's no an issue about the security. So when we are traveling across Afghanistan, this is the interesting time, and this is the time that we have enjoyed our travels. And at the time of the U.S. Occupation, we couldn't travel like this.
But still, the country still faced a lot of problems, not just because of the U.S. sanctions, but of course because the Taliban governance. What do you see that over the past year? How do you think the Taliban's performance, especially when it comes to the humanitarian and economic issues?
Mm. The world worst become worse. So I don't think that there is much different between the past government and this one. Uh, People are now happy. They don't about the you mentioned about this. So nowadays people can work their own work everywhere they want. At that time they couldn't work like that.
Yeah. We know that previously the U.S. government announced that they would have a full withdrawal on August 30th. But just let's look back a year ago on August 31st. Um, we witnessed the tragedy from the airport. Just several try to cling onto the last airplane to to leave the country. And now year on, how do you look at that tragedy at the airport?
Yeah, that was a worst tragedy for Afghanistan. They have um, they did that the to the to the economy of Afghanistan and the staffs of national staffs of Afghanistan. So nowadays they have become good. The Taliban has worked on that, and they have prepared that
Okay.
once again.
Okay. So we've seen some gathering here. Do you have any group that you wanted to join, or you have any idea what kind of forum here you wanted to celebrate, or you just wanted to chat with some other people here, or you wanted to go some parade or something? You have
Mhm.
any celebration plan?
As this is my first time to Kabul,
First
so
time to Kabul.
yes,
What is your impression anyway about the city?
uh, this is a beautiful
because
city.
because Afghanistan may consider to have two capitals.
No, yeah,
The capital here, Kabul, is recognized by the
yeah,
international community, but
yes.
Afghan people would recognize Kandahar, your
Yeah,
city,
yeah,
at the
yes,
second capital.
yes.
What's your impression about this capital here?
Uh, uh, as I haven't seen this before,
Yeah.
so I think this is beautiful than Kandahar. So
Mhm.
have you seen Kandahar?
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Uh,
Kandahar.
no, not yet. My
So
colleagues went there the other day.
I think there is much difference between
Yeah,
Kabul and Kandahar.
totally
Yes,
different. Yeah.
and I have come here alone, so I want to travel in Afghanistan, get
Yeah.
familiar with Kabul.
Okay. Hope you can have a safe and joyful stay here in Kabul. Thanks, sir. Thanks, sir. Yeah.
You see the Taliban members standing here with having
We got some Taliban members here, right?
some Taliban members, or not only Taliban members, as well as civilians. Uh, but the thing is, everyone looks Talib. They're not Taliban. Indeed, this is the culture of Pashtuns, Afghans. So they are in their own culture because this is a precious day, important day for them. So they come out in their culture. So that's why. So you may see the people surrounding there or standing there. They are civilians. Some of them may be Taliban member.
So it's a mixed group. Someone is holding the Taliban flag. They may not the Taliban member, but we still have some Taliban members. I can recognize some with the red ribbon, right?
Yes.
So what?
You know, they whenever this red means they took risk for their country
Uh-huh.
to get the freedom
Okay.
from Americans or from other America's
It
allies.
could be the vanguard.
Yes, yes, Vanguard, and then some of them may have the white one, the white color bandage. That is somehow like you can call their flag. And yeah, the flags are not only the flags are not only with Taliban. Some of the civilians also hold some flags to celebrate this day.
Yes, but they were chanting. What they were chanting about? They're now chanting again.
Yes. Yeah, they are chanting a song or chanting about freedom in Pashto all together. This is one of the cultural activity. Like this has been not. It's not the first time that they are chanting these kind of songs. Uh, in last, it started. This started from the time of King Amir Amanullah Khan. For the first time, when they took independence from the British, the Pashtuns they started chanting like this. So still they are doing this. This is a culture.
Still, the thing is that, excuse me, we've seen the Taliban flags flying across the city either on August 15th, the day when the Taliban came in a year ago, and either on August 19th, the Afghan Independence Day, with things as flags. But I still, during my interview with some other families here, um, I saw some families hiding the traditional Afghan three-color flags. We cannot see it here. It is not allowed. Um, can you tell
Yeah.
us a little more about this kind of things, or
Yeah.
are you still keeping a three-color Afghan flag in at your home?
You know, being an Afghan, I want to tell you, like the first days when the Taliban arrived here to the Afghanistan, they got the control of Afghanistan. They were in Afghanistan, but I mean to like they got the control of, they got the government. You could see the we call that three colors flag national flag, and this is Taliban's flag. Yes, we respect this flag. We say like the people, not only me, all the people, they respect this flag because this flag is the flag of security, the flag of peace, the flag of everything, like for the better situation. But
So
still,
you,
the people, yes, still the people keep those flags in their homes. Still, they love those flags. But one thing, in the beginning, there were you could see lots of conflicts about the flags.
yeah.
Like some of the people were killed in Jalalabad because of the flag. But then the leaders of Taliban announced that they don't concern with the flags. But later on, unfortunately, the leader announced that the national flag is not allowed anymore to be like anywhere, just the white flag. And still, the people believe that if the Taliban will be recognized, so they may change their flag or they may keep both flags. The white one for them is a party, and the three colors one for the as a national flag of the Afghans.
So again, here for those audiences just tuning, we are now standing on a monument where we've seen the celebration of a group mixed with Taliban soldiers and the civilians here in Kabul. And this monument just stands to the opposite of the former U.S. embassy there. And the day, the people would just consider today as the day they celebrate the independence from the occupation of the U.S. and its allies a year ago. And August 30th, yesterday, was also the day that the U.S. government announced the full withdrawal from Afghanistan a year ago. So since last night, we've heard the gunfire mixed with the fireworks display, which was the way that the whole city is celebrating the independence. Anyway, but we are expecting more and more people to come gather here and celebrate in their way. But still, I think the Taliban government has warned that they have to be cautious because we still have the security concerns because we've been here for a month. But on a daily basis, we could have those explosion from the ISIS or some other terrorist groups. Could you please tell us more about this? And I know the Taliban the government has their own measures to counter the terrorism. What do you know about this kind of situation here in Kabul?
It's I know about when we talk about today, 31st August. I heard some words from some of the colleagues, those who had some relationship with Taliban members. They said the Taliban are having like the Taliban are well equipped or prepared for this day. Even they started their training 2 months ago to come out and show to the world, to the people, to the media that they are best. They are well equipped. They have everything, and yes, they will continue this year from yesterday night. And what we see now, like you see the less number, or if we compare this number of the people to the 15th August, yes, the people are less. But the thing is, like because of their what we can say, a kind of they are careful about the situation that the tourists may
Yeah.
take the advantage from
So
this event.
okay, talking about countering terrorism, we are now having some Taliban soldiers just beside us. If we can have the chance to talk to them,
Yes, yes. Please.
yeah. So I just have a question. So what is his name, his age, and how long he's been with the Taliban?
نوم دې چې شي د څو کلنې او څونه وخت کېږي چې د طالبانو سره دی نیسي.
عبدالبصیر مې نوم ده د میدان وردګو د ولایت یم او 21 کاله مې عمر ده.
I'm 21 years old. My name is Abdul Basir. I am from Maidan Wardak province.
Yes. So from our interview, I think most of the civilians or people here in Kabul, they said that feel secure after the Taliban take over. But we just want to know some stories behind. So since the Taliban came to Kabul last year, a year ago, anything that they I know they received some special trainings, but how was his work over the past year? Was that Titan, or how was his work over the past year?
Yeah. څنګه چې یو کال کېږي چې امریکایان د وتلي دي او دلته خلک په دې باور دي چې د طالبانو وروسته د راتګ سره امنیت دی، خلکو ته مشکل نشته. ستاسو دا یو کلن سفر څه رقم تېر شو؟ څنګه وي؟ یعنې ښه کار ټرینینګ مو وکړئ، کار مو وکړئ، څنګه شول؟
بس الحمدلله د یو کال کې موږ ډېر معسکرات کړي، ډېر مجاهدین هم روزلي دي. فاتح ځواک ده، پسې بدري لښکر ده، زیاتره مجاهدین ملت خوښ ده. موږ هم انتهایي کوشش کوو چې ملت له موږ راضي واوسي. موږ هم له خپله پرون ماښام راغلي لوت هلته ولاړ یو، چای هم لږ وخته څښلی ده. د ملت په خدمت کې ټول عمر تېرو انشاءالله.
He said that we have been here from last night. In last 1 year, we did a lot. We made different kind of forces like Badri, etc., like Badri and some other forces. And the next thing is that the people or the civilians are happy from us, and we try our best to serve them. And as I'm here from yesterday night till now, I didn't go my home. I'm just here standing in the service of the people.
So there is still one issue, because I think the outside world still holds a different understanding about the Taliban and the Taliban government. Being a soldier, working as the one that he described as guardian the country and its people, how would he feel when the outside world still has some misunderstanding, or some people maybe here in Afghanistan maybe still are holding some misunderstanding towards their job.
لکه څنګه چې تاسو ته معلومه ده چې خارجيان اوس هم په دې باور دي چې طالبان د افغانستان په ګټه نه دي، یا بعضې خلک چې دلیل یې بعضې کړي هغه وایي چې طالبان اوس هم د افغانستان په ګټه نه دي. په داسې حال کې چې تاسو ډېر خدمت کوئ، ستړیاوې ګالئ، دا اوس د ماښام راهیسې تر اوسه ولاړې، ستاسو نظر څه دی دا د خلکو په خبرو په اړه؟
دا خو هسې پروپاګاندا ده چې امارات پسې وایي او امارات نه ټول ملت خوشحاله ده. موږ له خپله ډېر کوشش کوو چې ملت خوشحاله وساتو. نو دا هسې د خلکو تبلیغات دي، رسنۍ هم زیاتره تبلیغات کوي، نور خلک هم کوي، نو هېڅ مشکل نشته الحمدلله، ټول ملت خوشحاله ده.
These are the propagandas from the national and international media or some other people. We know that the nation is happy from us, and yes, of course, we try our best to make them even more happy.
Thanks, sir. Thanks for your service, and enjoy the celebration.
Last work.
Yeah, enjoy the celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah. So glad that we can have the chance to talk to the soldiers. He said that he was here last night. Yeah, because the celebration started from last night. We got a guy from Kandahar who just paid his visit for the first time here to Kabul. But we were just to find some locals,
Yeah, of course.
maybe.
That was the one who spoke English was local, who came from Kandahar. But if you want, so we may find some more. There was a person who was willing to talk to us, so we may find.
Yeah.
Just,
It's okay. So for those audiences just tuning in, we're here in Kabul, and the day is full of the celebration because the people here are celebrating what they call the end from the U.S. occupation a year ago. Yeah, we can talk to this gentleman. Hello, he can speak English or Pashto?
Pashto?
Pashto, okay. Nice to meet you. So today, why you're here, and are you here alone by yourself?
څنګه دلته راغلي یاست؟ وایه یوازې راغلي یاست؟
زه خپلو ملګرو سره راغلی یم. دلته د جشن ورځ ده، د افغانستان د استقلال ورځ ده، په دې د ازادۍ ورځ ده. په دې ورځ کفار له دې ملکه وتلي، د هغې په خوشحالۍ کې موږ راغلي د خپل وطن د ازادۍ احساس کوو.
Yeah, I'm here with my friends because this is Independence Day. The Americans withdrew from Afghanistan, so we are happy and celebrating this day.
So talking about Independence Day, the National Independence Day is on August 19th. And I think we've seen some limited celebrations this year. What did he do back then on the National Independence Day?
لکه څنګه چې تا ته معلومیږي، موږ یعنې 100 کاله مخکې چې انګریزانو څخه ازادي اخیستې ده، هغه 19 د اګست دی. په هغه ورځ باندې چندانې دغه نه و، مثلا خلکو تجلیل نه کړه هغه ورځ. تا څه وکړه په هغه ورځ باندې؟ آیا تا تجلیل کړه؟
خو هغه هم تجلیل کړله، خو څومره خوند چې په دې کې ده، نو په هغې کې دومره خوند نه و، ځکه هغه د موږ له عمر نه مخکې تېره سوې ده، او دغه کومې ناخوالې چې موږ په خپلو سترګو ولیدې او له دې نه الله تعالی خلاص کړو، د دې ډېر خوند و. په دې کې ډېر د خوشحالۍ احساس کوو.
Yeah, we celebrated that day as well, but this day is more joyful for us because whatever the disasters, whatever the incidents, or whatever the cruelty by the Americans or their allies on the Afghans, we saw that all by our eyes. So that's why we feel better to celebrate this day, because this independence is in our era. That independence was not in our era, but we still celebrate that too.
So we know that previously the Taliban government announced, 2 weeks ago, they expected a larger scale events across the country, particularly in Kandahar or here in the capital city of Afghanistan, Kabul. But let's just look broader, because not here, the city. Everybody here, I think they heard the gunfire. They saw the fireworks display by the government. But at the same time today, I think we have some other spots like here. So do you know it, or does he have any idea that maybe they're friends or just wanted to gather somewhere? What kind of celebration they wanted to have for today?
لکه څنګه چې 2 هفتې مخکې اعلان شوی، طالبان ویلو چې موږ به ډېر ښه تجلیل کړو دا ورځ نه. نو لکه ماښام چې کوم ټکان وسول دغه وسول نه، نو اوس تا ته معلومېږي چې په بل کوم ځای کې یا ستا ملګري بل ځای سره دغه ورځ لمانځي، یا ته بل ځای ځې لمانځې که دلې راځي؟
نو ملګري هر ځای تللی دی، چېرته دی بس هغلته تللی ګرځېدلی دی، چکر یې وهي، ټول خوشحاله دي، تر اوسه داسې کوم مشکل هم نه ده پیدا شوی، او ډېر ښه په خوند روانه ده، تر اوسه جلسه ډېره خوندوره روانه ده. هر سړی خپل چکر ته وتلی دی او خپل د اظهار د خوشحالۍ کوي.
Yes, the friends are divided in different sports. They enjoy, they go, and just they see the places. There isn't any, what you can say, any issue for them. Yes, of course, there are other sports as well here in Kabul that they can celebrate there.
Yes, which is good. Which is thanks, sir. Manana, manana, manana. So let's still walk that way. I think we are being crowded by the people. Yes. So we can see the food vendors here. They know the business opportunities here, right? Okay. Okay. So again, we feel good to see that people here come to celebrate, no matter where they are from, but they're united. I think they're supporting Taliban at least, and also the Taliban soldiers also shared what they've made to secure the city and the country.
According to Afghans' opinions, the Taliban have been their last choice.
Mhm.
If the Taliban could save Afghanistan from the terrorism or other risks, it's if the Taliban will be able to save the Afghanistan, no other group. So that's why, and for 40 years, the Afghans have been staying in wars, different wars. So that's why the Afghans they are tired of wars. They need peace. If anyone brings peace for them, they love it. They will respect them. So of course nowadays the Taliban just love the people or the civilians are following Talibans because of bringing them security, peace. In last 20 years, as an Afghan, as a witness when I was here, and when the robbers were the killers, everyone you could have a lots of bad events in Afghanistan, dangerous events, the killing, the robbery, the kidnapping, the raping, everything in Afghanistan. So that's why, with the arrival of Taliban, the people believe that all those events, all those strategies have vanished and finished, and that's why, yes, of course, the people are trying to follow or believe in Taliban that they may bring more peace, they may build up their economical situation for them, and then they may provide them businesses or jobs.
So I would say that it's been decades of test for the country and its people, and
Yes.
it could be a long term, even longer time test for the country and the people. And the new government still needs time, and the people here now is still waiting. But still, there are some very real situation, the dire situation for the country. But anyway, they have the reason and they have the time now to celebrate, no matter in what kind of way. Thanks for Sansa's company, and thanks for our audiences. You can also watch and see a play on CGTN and other social media. I'm CGTN reporter Zhou Jiaxin with Sansa here in Kabul. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Bye for now.